Hello, welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia, and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space in my backyard. So today, we're harvesting some of the fall veggies. Also, this video is being recorded the same day as my last video. So we all know I love my home and garden trend stool, so we got this. Always gonna be a link down in the bio or description for this stool. Like, it's definitely one of those things I did not know I needed until I got it. I've been working with home and garden trends for quite some time now. There's a link with a discount code down at the bottom if you are interested. And guess what? I'm gonna get to use my hori. Someone sent me this a while ago, and I haven't gotten a lot of use out of it, but we're gonna harvest this broccoli head and I'm gonna use my hori. Super excited. We have a few baskets. We probably won't need them all, but there's a lot of leafy greens that needs to be harvested, and so we're gonna harvest this, and then I'm gonna do some work out here because it's a decent day now. Like, it's warmed up a little bit, and so I'm gonna do the work that I need to do out here today to get my garden back together. We're gonna go ahead and harvest this guy. This is that broccoli that I keep talking about, and I'm so excited. So you're definitely gonna wanna go in on a slant. That way, it's not as slanted as I would have liked it, but that way the water runs off. But look how pretty. It's beautiful. I'm so excited. And so with broccoli plants, you can leave the plant once you've harvested the head, and then on the sides, like right here, you see that? That's a broccoli shoot. You'll get more broccoli. It won't be as big as the head, of course, but it'll be extra food that you can eat. It'll be more like, you know, the size of like a broccolini or like a broccoli rabe. But listen, we eat those, and so essentially, that's more food for you. I always leave my broccoli plants. So now we're gonna move to like all of the leafy greens. We got a lot of leafy greens to harvest, and so we're gonna go ahead and move to those. And I always talk about cut and come again. And so basically, all I'm gonna do is pull the outer leaves off. We're gonna harvest those, but we're gonna leave the actual plant. And you can cut them. I just kind of break them off. You can use, you know, some shears or something. And then I'll leave like this many leaves, the smaller ones. They'll get bigger, and then they'll keep growing from the middle as well. You want to make sure you harvest as close to the stem as you can. That way the plant can heal, and like when moisture comes, it doesn't just sit on it. So again, it's a good idea to cut them. I do sometimes I don't. And I don't mind mixed greens, so I don't keep them separated. I put them all in the basket. When I take them in the house, I preserve them all the same. Put them in the same trays or bags, however I do it. And we eat them. Anything that is not good for eating, when I go through to clean them, I bring them back outside to the chickens. We're gonna take some of this beautiful purple kale. It's so pretty. Purple is my favorite color. I've said that a million times. It's so pretty. And I don't leave a lot. You just need enough leaves for it to photosynthesize. And then you'll come back out here one day and we'll be harvesting from this bed again. All right, we're gonna move on to this next bed. Get our basket and move right on through. That one had broke. Leaf is still good though. I do think I'll keep the cabbage collards separate and maybe cook them tonight. I never had them before, so I am interested to see how they taste. I'll get another basket and keep them separate. how big those leaves are. It's pretty awesome. I think it's so awesome. You can literally grow all of this food from one little seed. One little seed, y'all. It's awesome. There's beets in this bed, but we all know I'm not good at growing beets, so they probably ain't doing much of nothing. And so all of these plants are very cold hardy, which means like they can go down to low temperatures. Like I said, we've been in the 20s already this season, and these plants are still growing. Let me grab another basket for these. See? Cabbage collards. Had never heard of them either. And the way I preserve my greens, basically, most times I'll say, that's a weed, let's get that out of there. Most times I blanch them and then I put them in some ice cold water so that they can stop cooking, and then I freeze them. That's pretty much the way that I do it. I'm not really sure what my chickens are doing. This Americana is starting it. She's always starting something. She Michael Jackson. I'm bound to be starting something. That's her. Let's move along. We're moving on to the collards that's over here. And they're just regular collards, so I'm not going to try to keep them separate. I kind of want to do some of the cabbage leaves, but I'm not going to do it right now because these will be preserved. So we may have some of the cabbage leaves with dinner, and if that's the case, I'll just come out here and get them when I'm ready to cook dinner. But someone had asked, you know, is it better to pull the plant and replant them? I think it works either way. Whatever your preference is. I don't want to replant right now because it's cold. So for me, I'm not going to do that. But I think it works either way. Whatever works for you in your garden. That's the way I see it. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Got to get on that other side. Also, broccoli leaves are edible. I'm not a super fan of them, so I don't harvest them because I'm not a super fan of them. But they are edible, and you can eat them. So we're going to go ahead and harvest the kohlrabi right here. Get something to, like, look at the roots of that kohlrabi. How crazy is that? That's a lot of roots. But we're going to cut the bottom off before we put it in the basket. But it's a lot of roots. Also, while you see now, I decided to start pulling them out because ain't no way. I'm just going to drop them back in the bed because they can decay. Ooh, a worm. Always like that. Like to see worms in the garden. Good for the soil. Good to help break it down too. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the bottom off of that. I'm still going to leave it, of course, in the garden. It can decay over winter, but it'll be on the top if I need to pull it out. When it's time to plant for spring. But look at that. Isn't it beautiful? It's beautiful. Go ahead and get the other one. And over the next few days, we will be making kohlrabi fries. Now we're going to go ahead and harvest this one we couldn't get to. This collard that we couldn't get to a few minutes ago because I decided not to take down my infrastructure this year. Go ahead and harvest that. So they say the smaller leaves are sweeter. I don't know, but I even take them when they're small. Now that I'm doing all of this harvesting, I'll go back through, like I said, when I'm done and start to fertilize, give them, you know, some energy back to continue to grow. And we're gonna move on over to another bed. Look at all of that, y'all. Look. Now we're gonna get these collards over here. All right. Get these little guys. And these are in a shaded space. Those shaded, still growing. Because fall vegetables don't need as much sun as spring vegetables. And summer vegetables, they will still grow for you. In this area, like I said, is very shaded. They're much taller than the ones that are in the bed because they're reaching for sun. And I'm okay with that as long as they grow. Don't have to be the prettiest, just needs to grow. They're very skinny. I won't deny it. This one is probably shaded more than any of them that are over here, but it's still kind of fragile too because they're skinny, but still got some food out of there. So with Swiss chard, the older leaves don't fare well in very cold temperatures. So when I know it's gonna be cold and I'm not sick, the Swiss chard, I definitely try to come and get the older leaves. But Swiss chard can be preserved just like collards and kale. So we can take them in the house, the ones that look a little limp, and put them in some water, and sometimes they will come back and be more, you know, the texture will be right. But like, see, that was an older leaf, and the cold just took it out. Ooh, they pluck my nerves, y'all. Ooh, they pluck my nerves so bad sometimes. Get down. Ooh, they pluck my nerves so bad sometimes. Like, you got everything you need in there. Why do you keep getting up there? Just why do you do it? Okay, so I think we need another basket. The other one is kind of full. We're gonna go ahead and harvest the purple kale at the back of this bed too. We just gonna harvest everything today, and then I'll have a whole evening of preserving and clean. There. By the way, those strawberries, I still have them because I got sick. So if you message me, we have this thing we say at work, we say, bring it back up in my email. If you message me and I didn't get back to you, can you message me again? Because when I got sick, I posted it so people would know I wouldn't be posting, and then my inbox like filled up. So I can't find those messages. So if you are still interested in the strawberry plants, let me know, because I do still have them. All right, let's get to harvesting. And I will say it's better to cut them, because then you don't like tear down the plant, because that can happen. It'll, like, the leaf will keep going and tear like down the stem. Then the stem has to heal itself. But we all know me. We all know me. Okay, now I think the only thing we have left to harvest is the turnips. We have a turnip, at least 2 turnips at least, that we need to harvest real quick, and then we'll be done with harvesting for this harvest. But we got a lot of good stuff. All right, let's see here. So right here is where I said I thought it was rutabaga, but it's turnips. See, it's a tiny one, but it's edible. Yeah, nice. Here goes another one, small one. But the small ones, I like the taste of the small ones too. So, yeah, turnip, nice. You can grab this one, it's a white one. It's kind of small. It's also, oh, it's cracked. Probably should have harvested it a while ago, but we'll see what we can do with it. The handle of that basket's broke, but I still use it. Look at that. I'm pretty darn excited, y'all. I am pretty darn excited. That's my first leek harvest. And look at that. All of that stuff. And some leeks. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to visit me over on Instagram where I post about the things going on in the garden almost every day. Bye, y'all.